think I got it now.
Yes. Okay, so because I was struggling with that a bit, and I figured out that okay, maybe because you had not um I mean you weren't following me or something.
Or maybe,
Okay,
I
so
mean,
that yeah,
that
nice
makes
to
sense.
have you here.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
So that's the star, the creative star for the day. So I've been sending this out, and some people had actually reached out that this creative star, we need to meet her. So I
Oh,
hope they are
wow.
going to join. So it's not just to be telling me, outside this, but it would be nice to have them all join us today. So I'm going to start with a little introduction. I think somebody joined us, but I don't know, maybe she's out again. But I
Okay.
actually saw 9 people or so when I was trying to, before I joined live. So I was wondering where this ones, I'm wondering where they are right now. But anyway, I believe that as we go on, more people will join. So I would want to start by just doing a brief introduction. I wish we had more people, but anyway, some people will listen to it after
After,
this session. So
yes.
definitely, and they'll get to hear that. So Bika Ojomo is here with us today. I'm so excited to have her. We've been pushing this out, and I'm sure quite a number of people. In fact, I was talking to somebody today, and the person was like, "Who is that person that is training?" I'm not sure. She was just using to start up the conversation. So I'm like, okay. So many people are expecting this. So Bika Ojomo is a dedicated finance professional and public health advocate. As a certified mental health coach, she has supported others in gaining self-confidence, self-control, self-assurance, in fact, self-everything, right?
Yes.
uh, self-development, a healthy environment, and a healthy living. So it's a typical of what a mental health coach will do. But beyond this, and that's the interesting part, right? Very interesting part. She has used her creative skills in fashion to harness her sewing and creative skills, our crafting skills rather, and she has created a do-it-yourself. So that's very interesting. Many people are doing this, but they don't create such platforms for people to actually learn and be able to do this kind of things themselves. So she has created a do-it-yourself platform that tutors amateur tailors and turns them into experts. So in this live session, which we're going to be talking about, honing up your digital skills and seeing it as an asset. So I want Bika to reveal to us, what she's been able to do using very highly engaging videos to turn our Cocozini do-it-yourself YouTube channel, which she has used extensively, and turn it into a lucrative and go-to place for consistently handholding and tutoring our audience. And she has a massive audience online. Yes, I know, but it's not an easy task to be able to get like 20,000 subscribers. As in, I'm struggling. I'm on YouTube too.
And it's
I
still growing.
was
Yeah.
something new that I've really embraced, but it's not as easy as in to get many people to subscribe. So there's something definitely she's doing right, and so she's going to tell us that exciting story of how she was able to achieve this remarkable feat. So Bika, over to you.
Yeah,
I
can
want
you
you to
hear me?
introduce yourself. Yes, I can. Can
Okay.
you?
Okay, yes.
Can
Yes.
you? Okay. I want you to introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Yeah, so thanks for having me, Lola. I mean, it's nice meeting you again. I've known Lola for a while now, but we just reconnected quite recently. Um, it's been almost 30 years that we've known each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice
What a joke.
connecting. Yeah. So it's nice connecting back again with you. You still look the same way. I've known you since, years ago.
Really? I
Younger,
think there's some
you're aging
younger.
backward.
Okay, I was going to say something backward. Thank you. Let's
Yeah.
not deceive ourselves. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here today. So my name is Ajibike Ojomo, and some people know me as BK or GBK. So I'm a finance specialist. I've been doing finance for over 20 years. So I recently just moved into public health. So right now I'm a public health specialist. I'm a wellness advocate. I'm a certified mental health coach, and I advocate for mental illness in disability be it any kind of disability, neurodevelopmental disability, intellectual developmental disability, or any related disability. But at my leisure time, I sew.
Okay.
Sewing can be a haven, and you can turn
Mm-hmm.
your haven into, into cash or money, into profit,
Yeah.
depending on what you want to do. So yeah, in a nutshell, that is just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was really so brief and so quick.
I
Okay,
mean, I have a lot to say. I
so
could be here till tomorrow, but I just, I
I
don't want to,
know,
I'm trying to be
but
very
at the
mindful
same
of our
time, yeah,
time.
time factor and all that. Yeah, sure, definitely. So I understand that you're an employee, and you have touched on that while we were talking, and you also run Kokozini do it yourself platform and other blog sites. But how do you get to manage all of this? Because it's a huge task, and many people, and that's why I'm trying to do this, because many people come to me and they're like, oh, managing my 9 to 5, managing my days, I'm trying to do this business, I really have flair for this, but it's a huge task. So how do you do
Yeah,
this? How do you do this?
it's first you have to have the passion. You don't do something because you see other people do it.
Yeah.
You don't do something because you're finding somebody excel in that thing, so you think you can excel in it too. Passion is the first thing that opens the door to whatever it is that you're doing. So if you have passion for something, you create time for it. I work full time at the University of Minnesota, but I do things aside of that. So, I mean, my full-time job is, the what makes brings the money in. But my passion are the consulting and all the stuff that I do aside. I know I run my website for my Kokozini DIY. I have my own website, bkljomo.com, and some other little things too that, I have this wellness and circle, which is for my wellness stuff that I do and things like that. So what I'm going to say is just, if you have passion for something, make sure what you're going to do is something you're passionate about. And when you are passionate about something, you will always be so joyful to go do that thing, compared to, I just want to make money because,
Yeah.
I like this, and I want to do it because I want to make money out of it. At a point in time, that energy, that strength that you have for that thing is going to burn out. And when it burns out, how do you go about it? But if you know, if it's something you're passionate about, passion never burns out.
Yeah.
It may reduce for sure, but when you pick it up, it goes like that. And that is what
Okay.
I've been using, because I've been passionate about all the things I do. It's something I'm very passionate about. And that's why it's been easy and successful for me to be able to run all these platforms easily.
Okay, because I always talk about, the place of passion when I'm talking to, especially small businesses and startups, and people that have ideas, and you can't but keep emphasizing that place of passion, because if you're not passionate about what you want to do, there's no way, nothing drives you. So because that is one of those driving forces that makes you stay in there, makes you more determined to do more and all of that. Thank you so much for bringing that in, and it's very, very important for many people just starting new businesses. And on that note, I want to welcome those ones that have joined us. Some people have joined us before, and I know they are coming back to join us for this session. So thank you. I can see quite a number of people that have joined us now. So, but started by introducing BK Ojoma, who is right here. That's our creative star, right? She's right here in front of us, and she's going to be telling us more. I mean, she's done so well. You need to see some of our platforms, social media platforms, especially YouTube, is huge, and in terms of subscribers numbers and what she's doing, the engagement she has in there. So I'm going to dive straight into asking her this question about where just talk a little bit more about that Kokozini DIY, because I mean the focus is really on that today.
Yes.
And we have really created a lot of visibility for that platform and for what you do, and you pulled up a lot of engagement. That was what I was talking about now. So how did you
Okay.
just
Well,
forward.
unfortunately, I mean,
Don't mind
I
my
wish.
excitement. So maybe I'm just like excited about this.
Yes.
Okay. Thank
I
you
mean,
all for
unfortunately,
joining,
I wish
and
I
see
could.
more people join.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I said,
Yes, sir.
unfortunately, I wish I could tell you something positive from the start. Kokozini
Yeah.
actually, my Kokozini DIY started at a period in life where I was going through a lot. You know, I was going through so much stuff personally in life. So I was seeing a counselor, like a not like a mental health counselor, I would say, or something like that. So at a point, she now said, you know, I look very active. I said, yes, I'm active. So she asked me a question. She said, what am I passionate about? That I can use what I'm passionate about as a source of healing. And I
Okay.
said, oh, really? I said, well, I remember when I was younger that I used to love to sew. And my mom was a tailor. So I used to help her. I don't know how to cut clothes, but I just help her in joining the clothes. And I remember the machine was as high as me, and I was stretching my leg to get to the, it's all those machines that goes down. I was stretching my leg I mean, it was so hard to press the pedals of a machine. And I remember I would struggle with it, but I was so determined to always get through with anything my mom gives me to sew. Even though I was very young then, like maybe 9, 10-ish kind of years old. So I went back to school for apparel design here in the US just to learn how to sew. And that was kind of how it started. And I started, when I make something for myself, I was I will make it and I will take a picture of it and make sure I
Yeah.
have, my camera was a very cheap camera then, but it was the picture were very good. I will take a picture of it, and before I know it, I will see like 40 likes, 50 likes on the picture. And I'll put it like make sure I put do it yourself. Like I made this by myself. I mean, it's a freehand sewing. I make this by myself, even though I have a full-time job and I'm an accountant or a finance person. This is something I'm just doing aside, and I make it by myself. And that was how Cocozini started. Little by little, it just started growing, growing, and growing. And then I wasn't really, because I was doing it not because I want to make money out of it. It was just a passion. So I wasn't really concentrating on it until COVID started. Then a friend of mine asked me if I could help her to make mask. And I said, why not? So when I was making it, my daughter now saw me because I make one for her, and I was supposed to make one. But because of the passion that I had for it, I made like 20. So I just wanted to
Wow.
send the 20 free. So I just sent the 20 to her. Then my daughter said, Mom, why don't you just, make a video of how to make masks? And I'm telling you, that was the beginning of my success on Cocozini. I made a video of one mask, and that video right now has over 200,000 views on YouTube. And that one video during COVID, every month for like almost 5 months, I made almost $1,000 on each every month for like consecutively 5 or 6 months during COVID on just one video. So at the end of the day, I made almost 2 or 3 or 4 different types of masks, and each of them, I think I have 2 other videos of masks that has over 100,000 views too on YouTube. So that is how, using what is available, using what is going on at that particular moment, tap into it and gaining from it, using your passion. Yeah, that's how Cocozini started.
Right. I mean, you can't take that away, because you can just imagine what she said there. There are a few things that picked. She was being consistent. She's been consistent over time. So that really helped out. And she took advantage of the moment. A lot of people don't even understand how to do this, because that period she saw an opportunity, and even her daughter too could actually see it from there. And she said, okay, do this. And at the end of the day, see how it paid off. How many people make that kind of money even in a day? I can see some people that are here, some people are young, they're listening to this, and I hope they are learning from this, because some of the things that she said here, there are things that people should learn from and go and apply and see how well they can do with their businesses. So you also said something that you were trying to get yourself out of the situation. So you have a book, and which I'd come across on, I think it's on Amazon, where you talked about My Sewing World, how you sew your way out of depression. I know that there are so many things. I never knew that even sewing can also be used as a therapeutic thing to get yourself out of something. For me, art is therapeutic. as in like I like to paint and all that. Maybe when I'm feeling really down, and it's not necessarily when I'm down. I could also do it to just give myself some, and it helps a
It
lot.
does.
It's very therapeutic for me. I've realized that. So likewise there. So, but maybe you want to tell us a little bit, and also tell people where they can get that. That can also help people, to be able to know how they can help themselves out of situations that they're going through. Many people are going through a whole lot.
Yes.
Even situations around the country, even here in Nigeria and elsewhere in the US and different
It's
places, can
everywhere. It's
yes, can get
everywhere.
into a mood. So
Mhm.
tell you they want to talk a bit, just touch a bit, because I know we don't have that much time, but touch a bit about it, and can tell people again how they can get that book, which is going to help a lot of them,
Yeah, the book is
as they go along.
it's actually on Amazon. It's on my
Mhm.
website too, but I can only ship within the US because
So,
shipping out of
so
US
maybe
is
you can even put the website in the comment box for some people that would, if you can
okay.
do that,
Yeah,
it will be good.
I will try and see if I can join with on my other um
Okay.
my other
Yeah.
phone, but I will put that later when I'm
Okay,
yeah. So
later. That's fine.
it's on Amazon, and my website is www.bkojomo.com, and
Okay.
yeah, bkojomo.com. But I can only ship within the US because of the shipping cost. To ship outside of
Okay.
the US it's a
It's
lot.
heavy, the cost.
Yeah, it's a lot. So anyways, yeah, sewing could be very, like you said, therapeutic when it comes to mental health. I like I said earlier, I use it as a way out of, because then I was, like I said, I was going through some personal stuff, and it really did help me that whenever I'm like in that freezing place, I just take my machine. My machine became my best friend, and I
Yeah.
talk to it. When I'm behind my machine, is I'm able to like think clearly, see clarity. When I'm behind my machine is when my brain goes, oh, what next can I do? What am I going to sew? What am I going to, it's so crazy that my machine became my best friend at that period in time. So
Yeah.
you can definitely use that to 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 make profit actually out of it, you know turn it into an income and stuff. Yeah.
Then I want to say something. I want to ask a question really. So, have you sold any outreach through your web channel? Because some people might be wondering, do it yourself. If you're telling people how to do it themselves, so how are you able to make sales? How profitable could this have been for you?
Oh, actually.
And what the motivation behind you, wanting to do more? Whether for money or not for money, for profit or not,
Yeah.
So just tell
Okay.
us how it has been, because some people are wondering, at the end of the day, what do I make? I don't make anything. If they are learning how to do it. So as an important, so that people can get ideas that beyond the regular thing of just come and buy for me, come I sew for you. You can also teach people, and that's the kind of message that we tend to preach. Do things that are different, that are unique, that are different from what the regular people are doing. So
Hmm.
just tell us,
Yeah.
how
So
the story
yeah.
details. Yeah.
So I do when I started. Actually, if I'm going to tell you something today, that I was the first person selling Ankara skirt on Amazon, and I called it Kokozini Cynthia Bell skirt. So I was really selling. I was selling for like I think $80 or something then, and people were buying it because it was a full Ankara skirt, fully lined with two pockets at the side and a band. Um, but I don't do that anymore because all of a sudden, maybe after like a year of me selling this on Amazon, the Chinese came in and they started selling knockoffs. They started selling some. I mean, it was crazy. And they use the same name. If you know how Amazon works,
Wow.
you have to use the same name for them to be on the U. So people will just
Okay.
go and see that cheaper amount. They're like, oh, this
Wow.
is cheaper. So they will go for the cheaper one. Why the cheaper one is just a knockoff, like very flimsy
Uh-huh.
fabrics and stuff.
Definitely.
And that
It
was
can be.
then the ratings started going down, and people started, commenting like, oh, what this what they see is different from what is being advertised. but not
Yeah.
knowing they're buying from a different seller.
Mm-hmm.
It has the same name, but a different seller. So that was how I just got thrown out of not thrown out. I decided to just move because I was selling like almost three, four, five in 2 weeks to selling nothing. So I just decided to just close it down. But yeah, you can do it. Um, Having the perfect picture. Pictures helps a lot. They always say a picture can say 1,000 words. Pictures helps a lot when it comes to creativity. My pictures. I mean, actually, my pictures are what really drove people to my sewing. I
Yeah.
really don't like. If you look at my sewings, they're not really like these crazy styles or stuff. They're very simple styles, but people like them.
Yeah.
People order them from me. People ask for it from me, and I always make sure it's this is a something that I have to sew within 2 weeks. So it's not something that they'll just go in there and order and I'll give you some, because I work full time, so there's no way. I don't have stuff that I've already sewn. The problem we face here in the US is finding tailors to help us. So the help is not there, especially when you have a full-time job. But if I had been somewhere like Nigeria, I know I would have taken Kokozini to another level. But I don't have the
Yeah.
capacity to do it here in the US. I mean, I could, but it's going to take me a lot of time and a lot of work and dedication, and I have to pay. And paying people
Yeah.
here is not like paying people in Nigeria.
Sure.
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, the creativity behind it, really trying to tell people that, oh, you can do it yourself. Even notwithstanding, you're still making sales.
Yes.
Some people will feel, oh, even with them, while you're doing that, you won't be able to make sales. So those are the things that we are looking at for that. You're honing up, you're trying to increase your digital skills, and at the same time, it's an asset for you. It's bringing in some kind of income, another source of
Yeah.
income for you. Probably at the initial stage, you didn't even think that was what it was going to be. Like what YouTube had done, what you've been able to do doing that. Thank you all for joining. Those ones that have joined us newly. We've been talking, and I'm sure you can get the replay on probably on my platform. I'm sorry, on my Instagram handle, and also on BK's own as well. So I'm going to talk about okay, you had already talked a bit about your plan to monetize this, but probably maybe not so soon on that one, but you're already monetizing it in a way by selling when people place orders. So what plan do you have for Kozini DIY, especially with this huge subscription? I mean, that's huge. Some people are struggling to get 1,000, some people are struggling to get 500, some people are struggling to get even 200 subscribers online. So you have booking 20,000 and more people. It's even more than 20,000, over 20,000, and it's still going.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
what's your plan for the Kokozini DIY in the next few years? Let's say maybe 2 to 3 or 4 or 5 years. Yes.
Yeah,
What
I
sort
mean,
of
right. Yeah, like you said, I have it on YouTube, and I have over 20,000, and it's still every week I still get like almost 100 or even or close to 100,000 people that are joining every time. I'm just so like, wow, people are still subscribing, and I haven't uploaded anything in almost a year because I haven't really had time to do a video. I haven't really sewn in the past few years, so I haven't really had time to do the video. And I'm telling you today that even though I haven't uploaded into that channel in almost over a year, I still make money every day. Every month there's still something coming in because it's monetized. So,
Yeah.
and that is one thing I like about you being able to monetize your stuff on YouTube. So my plan for Kokozeni in the next year, because I know I wouldn't be able to do a lot because of my main job, is to do some online classes where people can learn at their space. So my plan is to create like online classes for people, online tutorial for beginners, where they can buy my courses, then
Yeah.
learn to sew at their paces. I'll make sure I put something very simple for them to sew, and I will guide them through from the beginning till the end, what they need to do, what they need to buy, how to go about it. Because there's one thing that I notice in human is when you're able to do something, when you're able to create something, there's always that satisfaction in you.
Yeah.
There's always that pat at the back that, hey, I'm able to do this. And that boosts you up to do something more and more and more. So yes, so that's my goal. My goal is to be able to do some tutorials on beginners on how to sew, what to look for when it comes to machine, tools they need when they want to start sewing, things that they can do to start, what some little things that they can do as a beginner, then how they will graduate little by little to start making stuff. I don't even I wish I had brought some of my stuff to here today. There was
Yes, you
something
should.
I made. I know, right? That in the basement right now. I should have brought in some of my creativity. There was a video I did, and I make how to turn your old jeans into a makeup bag.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And it's a very simple video. You can easily just go in there and turn. And funny thing is, a friend of mine actually sent me a request to make something like that for her, and I made 10 different, 10 pack of all those stuff. But I have to buy. I bought a jean material to do that. But she saw what I did, and she requested for that, and she used it as one of her package that she give her customers. So I mean, there are different videos. Even you can use your old jeans that you don't even wear anymore, to sew like a makeup bag. There's a makeup bag that I did. There is a makeup holder where all this makeup pencil holder that I did. I think I have all those tutorials on YouTube. Now you can use it to do different kind of things. You can make a bag with an old jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw something that you wore, maybe it was a top or something that you wore, and you were actually teaching on how to make that particular, outfit or that top. And I was glued to it. I was just going to go through that just for a few minutes. I was actually glued to it from beginning to end. And I saw how seamless you had actually been taking them through this journey, as in through how they can make this. And I just looked at the comments, how people were making, great comments about, what they had learned, the mistakes they were making in trying to, so, and how you made it look so simple for people. So for people that are joining, so you can be doing you can be in other professions, but this is another way to be able to say, this is something that maybe you have interest in this. She has made life so easy, and not many people are doing this. A lot of people feel that, they are going to steal my head gear. They're going to steal this one for me because I'm letting out the knowledge I have. So, but that is what makes her different. That makes her, that distinct whatever she's doing, that differentiates rather what she's doing from what other people are doing, and that's very important in the creative world, and in what we are doing, whatever we are trying to lay hands on to do. Let's do it differently. Let's not think, people are, and we have this mindset that people are going to steal like this. Ideas that you're keeping there, in the next 2 or 3 minutes, 10,000-20,000 people are already doing it. So it becomes stale and becomes, as good as useless or something, or not an idea, not what you're expecting it to be. So we should learn from that, and it's an opportunity for those of us that are probably in the creative industry or that are trying to learn, about maybe sewing or crafts and things like that.
Anything.
I created a platform for you, so run there, and she's going to put our website online so that you run there and also subscribe, because it's important that when you're learning a lot, when you're gaining a lot, you also appreciate and subscribe and share with others as well what you've been able to learn. But let's learn from the story. So it's more about the story behind this, and let's not limit ourselves, because she has actually proven that even though that's not our core thing, she has her job, she has what she does, on daily basis where she works, but she's doing this by the side. So if whether we are using it as side hustle or we're using it as the main business, let's think out of the box. Let's not limit ourselves to just, let me just sow and get the money, and just be saying, oh, come and buy for me, I have this one, and be showing what he had sown. You can also teach people how to do it, and it doesn't stop you from making the money that you're going to make anyway. So have you really leveraged on this online space? Even though I've been shouting and screaming, you have over 20,000, but to you, do you think you really leverage on this space? And what advice would you give people that are just
Yeah,
starting
I
out?
mean, definitely,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, I could, like I said, I have the capacity to grow more than that if I really want to do this as a full-time job. But because it's not my full-time job, and I think I did make mention of the block that I have is finding people here to help. Unlike in Nigeria, definitely I'll find tailors that I can easily just pay to come in and help me sew one or two things for me to put online or stuff. But we don't have that here. But I have the capacity to go into the next level if I want to go about doing it. But what advice that I will have for beginners is something it's something I call self-development. Don't think, yes, because Auntie Tokwe is doing it, or Auntie Shola is doing it, I cannot do it. Auntie Tokwe and Auntie Shola may be doing it, but it may not be the passion. If it is your passion, you may even excel more than they are, you know. So
Yeah.
just self-development is matters. Don't just be stagnant in one place. Don't think because you already know this today that is it. Stagnant water dries up. You don't want to dry up.
Yeah.
You have to keep adding to you every time. So as a new beginners, don't I always say something, don't compare your stage 1 to somebody else's stage 21.
Yeah.
You don't know what the
Very
person has
true.
been through. You don't know the steps, how the struggle, how they get there. You don't know. So if you have $100 or 100 naira, this is just an assumption. Use
$100,
what you have.
200 naira. That's like several
I,
thousand.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so if you have a 10,000 naira, use what you have to create what you want. Don't say, oh, I want to go and build a mansion with a 10,000 naira. You know how much a mansion is. You know how much the person that built the mansion use in building the mansion. You can turn your 10,000 naira into a 10 million naira
Yeah.
if you
Sure.
leverage it properly, if you use it properly, if you don't use somebody else's experience to create yours. And the Yorubas will say, "Ema fi eshin eleshin sare," in the words that
She can
use
still
your
speak the language.
I can try. So
Yeah.
just use what you have to get what you need.
Yeah.
Use that 10,000 that you have to start. You may sell one product today. Then by the time you see yourself in a year, you'll be selling 100.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So that my advice is just self-development. Using what you have to get what you need, and constantly keep improving yourself. And at the same time, do not borrow money. If you go because if you start looking at somebody that is so advanced in what they're doing, and you go and start borrowing money, I'm telling you, you will find it very hard to pay the money back because you're not in that stage yet. It's like you're trying to swallow what your mouth cannot accommodate.
Yeah.
So it's the
Yeah,
value.
really trying with this Yoruba. I'm sure. Yeah, you don't get too many people to speak the language with, so it's good. As in, you
Yeah.
can drop it here.
I
As
still,
in,
I mean,
we
I may
welcome
not sound as good as I used to, but I still understand
it.
perfectly. I had an
Yeah,
Igbo
sure,
mom,
sure,
so I know
sure.
my
I
Yoruba to an
know.
extent. Yeah, so
Yeah.
like just go with what you can accommodate and build it into a mansion from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is what my main thing
Okay, thank you
in.
so much. So, I mean, with that, we had talked a little bit about maybe things that they should avoid doing. And one of those things is like, don't run after unnecessary funding maybe like a loan and all of that, because they keep telling them, even banks here, at times they don't give them loans, then they tag the bank, oh, bad that they don't offer loans to startups and things like that. But they know what they're doing.
Yeah, the
Because how
interests are
you pay that,
ridiculous.
it's going to be a turn in the flesh, and a lot of them don't understand that. It's
No.
after they've done it or they've taken it, then they start running helter skelter because the business is not really established.
Yeah.
People cannot even see the track record of what you had put into it yourself, that you now want to go and seek for finance. Even those that get grants, at times some of them are not able to manage it. I was telling some of my mentees today that I had a training with, and I said, I gave an example of someone that got grants or some kind of finance, and the person wanted a small amount. The person got like times two. The next thing the person did was the person just jackpot. I don't know, maybe you know that language, as in left the country and just
And
went,
just
I think
run
went to
away.
the US or something. Even staying there, he eventually mismanaged the money. He came back to the
That
country, and
that's
the
how it
first person
happened.
I said, I will arrest you. As in, like, you better get out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how can you use money that you expected to use for something else and you decided to, But again, these are mistakes, and maybe a few other things that they need to know. And these are things that we keep telling them, mistakes that you should avoid when you're starting up business. So I'm happy that you even mentioned some of those things to help them, achieve some of their goals
Yeah.
and to start in the right way.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a
because
finance
of
consultant, so
yeah,
I usually,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. So I
yeah.
help
Yeah,
small
many things. You
business
wear many
and
hats. In
yeah.
fact, some of us want to be like you, as in like you're wearing many hats. I don't know how many you're wearing
Well,
at the moment.
I would say I thank God.
Maybe
So
like
I always
a
tell
thousand.
people that sometimes you think situation is kicking you up and down, but you don't know you're actually learning and gaining stuff during the situation that you find yourself. I mean, when I come, I tell people when I came to the US, I came to the US with $50 years ago, just $50 in my pocket. And when I look back and I look from where I was then and where I am now, I thank God. So all these hearts that I'm hearing, it's me trying one thing or another to see where I fit in. But when you do something and you give your 100%, don't do something because you just want to make money from it. Do it with everything you have. Put everything you have in it. Even if you fail, that experience is still there. And that is how I got to all these hats that I have. And I always tell people that if I decide to move into some other kind of hat today, I could be successful doing it, because when I tried it out then, I gave everything I had to it.
Yeah,
I didn't cut corner. Like that would say,
yeah,
I went directly and I took all the steps to get to know that particular situation, to get to know that particular job or profession to get there. So I'm a finance. I do finance consulting for small business and small non-profit, and sometimes I just help them to start their bookkeeping on
okay.
how to know, okay, this is my income, this is my
Yeah.
sales at the end of the month. Did I make a profit? Did I make a loss? Those are part of the
Yes.
things I do too.
So you have another business or financial consultant
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
So when you need that, I don't know how much BK charges. She'll be charging in dollars. So for some of you that can afford to pay her, reach out to her, right? She'll charge you very well, and she'll give you. She'll give you. Right. So okay. Well, I just put it there that if you have questions for those that are joining us live, if you have questions, just drop in the comment box. We'll be taking that shortly. I just have one or two more questions
Thank
for
you.
Vika here, but if you don't have questions, we will close for the day after these questions. So we're just talking about self-development and continuous learning, right? And I know how keen you are about that
Yeah.
as part of things that you're doing. So are there skill acquisition or business-related trainings that you've attended, or how has this impacted or driven your goals or achievements?
um Facebook, I always say something that not Facebook, YouTube is your friend.
Yeah.
I have learned a lot on YouTube. When I start something new, I go to YouTube to find out maybe there are videos on it. Sometimes you'll
Okay.
even find out that what you learn on YouTube may be even more than you going and paying for a class for it.
True.
So YouTube is a
True.
very good thing. It's a very good platform to learn a lot of new skills, to learn a lot of things and stuff. So I've taken classes, but at the same time, I still come to YouTube. I go to Google to search to look for things that I can use to learn more. I'm going to go back to self-development. That every time, just make sure you're not stagnant. Find something that is related to what you're doing and see if there is a new thing in it, if there's a new trend in it, if there are new, because things are evolving every day. So you have to also bring yourself to that place. You can't be using old wagon to a truck, because it's Abby, it's a evolve. I mean, it has evolved to that level from one place to another. So you always have to make sure. If I'm like, now that I do so, I have found interlocking machine that I use in sewing. I'm actually wearing one of my sewing today.
Oh,
So you can
yeah.
use interlocking machine in making the tip of your clothes. You can
Yeah.
use interlocking machine in making designs to clothes. Those are upgrades. So if you can save money to get an interlocking machine, that is a good thing. And I also heard in Nigeria, because my immediate youngest sister, she sews too. So, and I heard that people actually come to you if they know you have an interlocking machine, to come and make the design and interlock from you, and you can make a little bit money aside using your machine for them, when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, all I just want to tell people is continue to go to classes, reach out, have a mentors. I don't know about Nigeria, but here I know Nigeria, there's always that insecurity when it comes to mentors, like, oh my mom, this person will know what I know. I don't want this person to know more than me. If I tell her my secret now, she will go and blow it up and stuff like that. So people always restrict telling people how to do stuff or what to do. But here in the US, it's kind of quite the opposite. I sometimes don't go to Nigerians to ask questions. I'm sorry to say, even though I'm a Nigerian, I just go to some other people, and I notice I get detailed stuff from some people than my own people. So reach out, go into, you can DM some people on that you see online on Instagram or whatever, and tell them, hey, I'm very interested in this. I see you're a very successful person in this. I'm new. I will appreciate if you can advise me or give me few advice of what you think I can do to get better. What you think I can do in another 2-3 years to increase myself, to increase my business. I do that too once in a while. And I'm going to tell you one quick thing too. I'm looking at the time. I'm just trying to be very.
Yes.
So,
No, you can speak. Yeah.
so what there was a time, there was this program that I wanted to start, and I reached out to. I had, I wrote down 3 names. Those 3 names in order of hierarchy. Like, I know this person properly, I know this person less, and I know this person less. So I put the names down. Then I went to the first person, like, hey, I want to do this. And I see that you've done it before. How can you, what can I do? What do you advise me to do? And I was shocked at the answer that the person gave me. The first answer the person told me was, that is a very vague question. And I'm like, how is it vague? It's just a question of, it's like me going to Lola and say, Lola, I have this business I want to start.
Yeah.
Could you please give me 1 or 2 advices on how you think, what I can do, maybe what software I can buy or whatever that I can do in getting that business further. So and you're now telling me you're not specific on what I'm asking you, or you telling me that this question you're asking me is a question that organizations are paying you to answer. And I was like, wow. And this is someone I know very well that I think I can easily just go to just to chat, just like maybe you just call me one day. I'm like, hey, BK, what do you think I can do? I have this, and I just give you advice. So I went to the second person and I said the same thing. And within few minutes, that person just gave me an analysis of what I needed to do. I went to the third person. This third person did the same thing. The third person actually told me that, when you're ready, I have some people that work for me. They can help you. And these other two people are people I'm not even close to. I just saw that I just followed them on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Maybe I've been in one or two of their speaking stuff,
Okay.
and they were able to help me. So sometimes people you don't know are the ones that helps you more.
Yeah.
And are ready to just give you analysis of what you need to do. So don't be afraid when you get turned down, when you go to somebody's DM and they turn you down and don't tell you, oh, just respond in a funny way. Don't get discouraged. Just move from there to somebody else, to somebody else, to somebody else. No is a very good thing. It's in life is either a yes or no. But as long as you have it at the back of your mind that, hey, when I go to this person, pata pata ask or no, and when the person says no, you won't get hurt. So, but you have to keep trying until you find that person that will say yes, that is ready.
Yeah. So one of the things I picked is about us not being afraid of being rejected, of hearing or getting rejections. So that can happen, and it's part of the journey. It's part of what we go through, even in business, in our career, in everything. Let's not be afraid of rejections. Let us not be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to even start. It's one of the slogans that people give these days. Do it afraid. Just start. Just take that action while you're at it. And one of the things, like Vic has been speaking Yoruba all along, so let me to chip in a word or two in Yoruba. When they say to go anybody and as in, like, if you're sure of what you're doing and if you're really committed to those things, you will do it. So, and that's the story I see of BK. Like, she understands what she's doing, and that's why she can proudly put it out there, show people how she's going about this. And it has helped her a lot because people now can trust it. They have confidence that this person taking us through this journey actually knows what she's doing. I'll be doing the final one now. I'm not sure if I have questions from anyone yet. Thank you all for joining. I can see a few people that joined us a bit later. So thank you. You're welcome. Anyway, but I'm sure that you still able to pick a few things. And please go through the replay. BK's website is there. It's on Amazon. You can join me. You can join her on our Instagram handle. Where you can learn a lot of things. If you're a business owner, you're going to learn a lot from both sides. As in, she has a lot to offer. I have a lot to offer too, as regards your business. So, what are your final words for inspiring and budding entrepreneurs? Because those are the people, or business startups. Those are really more of the people that are on my, platform, and people that I mentor and tutor and all that. So tell them, and some are still joining. Anyway, welcome. I'm sure you can go through the replay. For those ones that are joining us now, we are going to wrap up soon. But again, whatever you're still going to learn in a few minutes can still go a long way for you. So Vika is going to tell us and give us our final words for inspiring, because we want to do this for about 5 minutes, 1 hour, and we've gone beyond that time. But anyway, let us just
I'll just quickly just say, and it's just so it's just going back to what I've said before, like, just make sure you always go through self-development, develop yourself. Don't ever think you've known enough, because I know my late dad always tells me something, that in life we'll learn until that we're still learning until we've been put into the ground 6 feet under. Don't ever think you've known enough. As old as we are, we're still learning every day. There's still something new. So don't think you're perfect always be open to learn something new every day. So
Yes.
always self develop. Don't stay stagnant. Stagnant water always dry. So just always keep moving. Martin Luther King said something that if you cannot crawl, then you walk. If you cannot work, then you run. As long as you're not staying in one place, things are gonna get better. So that's another thing. Just make sure you're gradually moving from one place to another. Just don't sit in a place and expect things to happen. Don't sit in a place and expect the money to come to you where you can use in doing whatever you want to do. Like the Yorubas will say, "Any to buy no west okay, lolo man for what's okay, and all a man fast okay," or something like that. That once you, if you raise your hand up, that's when you get pulled up. So if you don't make the attempt to move, how are you going to get? How are you going to get to your destination? There's no way. So don't stay stagnant. Don't make sure you develop yourself, and at the same time use what you have to accommodate your needs. Don't go and start borrowing money when you're not when your business is not standing on a solid ground, or else you just see that you just keep paying money without
Yeah.
making profit. Or at the end of the day, it's just going to be loans and loans based upon base like that. So just make sure accommodate what you have to fit what you need, and grow from a 10,000 naira to a million naira gradually. What takes A 5 years to grow may take B 2 years to grow. It all
Yeah.
depends on your strengths and your dedication onto that particular thing. Don't underestimate your strength. We all have power. We all have strength. As long as we're doing something that we're passionate about, it's going to be successful. As if you put all your strength in it. So that's kind of my few words of the day, that I can just share with everybody today.
That is not few words. That's a lot. Don't underestimate your strength. Whatever you're passionate about doing, do it. I mean, and do it well. And a lot of things that she said, even about finances, be mindful of how you I mean, how you want to go about that. Don't just go ahead and be borrowing money and be seeking for. You need to be sure of how you are going to use whatever finance you have in your hands. There are quite a lot of things that she said, even about self-development, about continuous continuous learning and process improvement. There are so many things that we've talked about today. If you had missed a lot of this, it please do yourself a lot of good by going through the replay and share with others as well. Vicky has also dropped our website details. I mean, the website you can use to learn more about what she's doing with Kokozini Do It Yourself platform. What she's doing on that platform, massive work that she's put online, and for many people that can benefit a lot from it. Please go there and visit that. She put it there on the link. You can see it as you scroll up. And I'm sure if you go to, I think it's Kokozini.com, I'm not sure, she can actually mention it, I believe. You can follow her on our Instagram handle, you'll see it there. And you can also check with me, I can provide that information for you afterwards. Thank you so much, BK, for joining us. I know this is pretty early in the day for you because you're like
Yeah, I
6 hours behind. I mean,
yeah,
I have to
we
take
just started.
BK out of our busy schedule as in to do this. I know the discussion we had, even though I've known BK a long time, because she's always there, and that's what she has. So she's very passionate about everything, and she just opens her hands to people, and go to our YouTube page and subscribe. I'm sure the moment you just go through one of the videos, you are glued to it. I mean, I wanted to check a few things and I was just doing for hours. I didn't even realize, and I had some other things to do. I was like, BK has glued me up, and she didn't even realize that she had done that. I'm just sharing it with her here. She didn't even know that. So, on that note, I want to thank BK for being my guest today. And for everybody that participated, that joined us for this, I'm sure there's a lot to learn, and there's still more coming. On my Instagram handle, on my platform, Connect with Love, please connect with me, and I'll bring more of this your way. I am always rooting for you, all you business owners, and so
Yeah.
stay
So
connected
yeah.
as always. So we'll be wrapping up. I didn't see any
Any questions?
questions coming on the comment box, but if you still have your questions, you can
You can,
always
yeah,
share
you
or
can
send
put the question in there.
me
I will come back and
because
check it too.
we
Yeah.
respond.
Yeah, I
Yes,
will
you
come
can
back
put it there in
and
the
come and
comment.
respond to it if there's any questions. Yeah. And
We'll
like
respond
Lola
to.
said, my website is www.kokuzini.com. For my personal website is www.bkojomo.com. You can also follow me on any of the platforms at bkojomo, either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, at either Kokuzini or bkojomo. So whichever one, I'm always open. If you have any, if your companies have speaking opportunity for me, reach out to me and let me know. And anything like that, yes, I'm always open.
Okay, and I would have talked about her book, but she said though she doesn't ship out of
Yes, I
outside
don't have
US.
it in
But if you're
Nigeria
in the
right
US,
now.
you can also get her book, sewing your way out of depression. It doesn't have to be just sewing. I'm sure that will help you with any other thing that you're going through. Maybe that it can help you heal, or can be
Yeah.
therapeutic for you.
Yeah.
So you can get that book as well if you're in the US, and I'm sure it will be sent to you if you order for it. Okay, on that note, I want to say thank you all. In fact, somebody just joined us now. I don't even know what to say. Just go and watch the replay. Go and watch the replay, right? And you can also join us for more sessions that we're going to be having on this Instagram or on my other social media platforms on Facebook and or like. So thank you all, and thank you, BK.
Thanks, everybody.
Awesome having you here.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a
Okay,
nice
bye.
one. Yeah.
And have
See
a
you.
good
Bye
day. Good day or evening or morning, wherever you are. Yeah.
bye.
Take care.
Yeah, bye,
Bye.
everyone.